Hi, I'm Tiana, Dream Mastery Coach. This is the video series on dreams that I'm giving you today and in the future. I have studied thousands of dreams over the last 30 years. I've helped thousands of people interpret their dreams. And from that, I've made many discoveries. And there are discoveries that are not in other dream books. So what do your dreams mean? Maybe by watching this video and others in the series, you can get some clues. This video in my series, What Does Your Dream Mean?, is about snakes. If you had a snake in a dream, what does it mean for you? Symbols and metaphors, this is what dreams are made of. Dream symbolism can be confusing and certainly is mysterious. Dreams are not what they seem. When your subconscious or higher self wants to tell you something important, it will use what is called symbol substitution. For example, if you dream of a snake, it is not telling you that you may encounter a snake in real life. Well, could be, but that's unlikely. So, if you dreamt of a snake, what does your dream mean? Well, this depends on how you feel about snakes. Do you like them? Some people keep snakes as pets. But how would you feel if a snake got into your house? Would that be creepy? Do you hate snakes? Do you fear them? Many people do. Some dreams reflect your inner emotions and fears. So if you fear snakes, it's about a fear that you may have about something else. But other dreams have guidance and warnings that you need to pay attention to. Therefore, your subconscious may send a snake helper in a dream to alert you or warn you. You have to take every dream as a separate entity and intuit what that particular snake means in that particular dream. I've dreamt about snakes several times through the years, and every time the snake has had a totally different meaning. The meaning of dreams is hidden, is disguised. What you see in the content of a dream is not the message you're supposed to get. So here are some thought starters. Here are some dreams about snakes that people have brought to me to be deciphered. My first example is a woman had a dream about a snake crawling around in the grass. Just simple, just a little scene like that. When we talked about it, and I led her to decipher it, she went, "Oh, snake in the grass. It's a metaphor. Snake in the grass. It's a warning about my new boyfriend, that I maybe can't trust him." She said, and she laughed, and she said, "You know, when my mom first met him, she said to me, I don't trust him." The next dream was about two cobras. In the first scene, this woman had a cobra close to the side of her head. Wasn't biting her or threatening her. It just was kind of looking at her head on the side. In the second scene, maybe it was the same cobra or maybe a second cobra, but this one was in her face, just looking at her, its eyes just burning into her eyes. The dream really scared her, but when we deciphered it, it had an interesting message. The first scene, the cobra close to the side of her head, was a message about the aneurysm in her brain. Her doctor had told her there was nothing he could do to help her. In the second scene, the cobra in her face, it was like the message, go to another doctor, get a second opinion. This dream symbolizes the caduceus medical symbol, the snake wrapped around a staff. But the snake had to be in her face to get her attention, that another doctor with a second opinion could help her with this. Another dream that someone had was being bit on the arm by a snake in a certain spot. And when this lady told me of this dream, she said, "You know what? I've had a mysterious pain in that arm on that same spot for years now. and the doctor hasn't been able to figure out what the problem is. The dream deciphered to mean that this snake was telling her about past abuse from her ex-husband, a reminder he had punched her there in the arm, and she still held the trauma in cellular memory in that spot. So the pain was emotional, something she needed to have to be worked on and to get transformed. This next story is so interesting to me. An old friend and I were walking together. Suddenly she put her hand to her heart and bent over. I asked her, "What's wrong?" And she said, "Oh, I've pain in my heart." She told me she'd been feeling that same pain off and on for several months. There was a bench nearby. We sat on it, and I asked her if she'd like to go into a shamanic journey into her heart to go ask what the symptom was all about. I call that a wide awake dream. You can get the same or similar information in a wide awake dream as you can a nighttime dream. She was game for that. So she looked into her heart with her mind's eye, and she saw a small monkey imprisoned in a cage. When she asked Higher Spirit what that meant, she intuited that she had been keeping herself in a cage because she constantly put herself down and beat herself up over every little situation at work. Her heart couldn't take it anymore, and so had begun to hurt. Suddenly a dream she'd had that morning popped into her mind. It was an Indiana Jones scene with hundreds of snakes crawling all over the floor. The snakes didn't bother her in the dream, but upon awakening she'd felt nervous about its meaning. "But you like snakes," I said. "You've been wearing a snake ring since you were a teenager." Oh, she replied, "My grandmother gave me that ring. She told me to wear it with the head facing my heart as protection." This was an old country superstition, but this is the reason she wore the ring, for protection. As we talked about snakes being a symbol of protection for her heart, she envisioned the dream again and was surprised when all the snakes had turned pure white. Then she saw the white snakes in her heart. They opened the cage and they let the little monkey out. The little monkey then turned into a funny female King Kong, powerful and strong. This was a true transformational experience that had begun with the dream. A transformational experience to let her know that she needed to stop beating herself up because her heart couldn't take it anymore. I spoke with her a month after I helped her decipher her snake dream and had led the shamanic journey into her heart. She exclaimed, "I am a different person. I no longer beat myself up when something goes wrong at work. I now take it in stride, and I have had no heart pains since that day the white snakes rescued me." These stories are why I am so passionate about dreams and so passionate about helping people discover their true meaning. Because as you can see, these snake dreams all meant something very different. Advice to seek a second opinion about a brain aneurysm, a warning about a new boyfriend who is untrustworthy, spiritual guidance about the cause of physical pain, and that a snake can be a power animal or guide, a powerful spiritual helper. So after pondering these examples, can you intuit what your snake dream means? If you need help, the key to understanding your dreams is my intuitive dream decipher process. It takes all the guesswork out of dream symbolism. So watch for other videos in this series. Each video will discuss a different dream symbol and give you further understanding. Well, I hope you enjoyed those facts and interesting things about symbols. If you want to learn more, my book, Decipher Your Dreams. It's online at Amazon.com, and you can order that from Amazon. It teaches you everything you need to know about dreams, including how to interpret them, by using my intuitively based dream decipher process. I would love to give you a free chapter of this book. If you want it today, just sign up here. I want to do something special for you to start you on your path to dream mastery. Click on this link right now to get your free chapter from my book, Decipher Your Dreams. And from this special link, you can get an autographed copy of this book at half price.